Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday night on Rediscovery RPG. We're going to play the Electric State tonight. You might notice I'm not in the center of anything. Normally, when I make the overlay, I'm in the center of the things because I'm GMing. It's because I'm not GMing tonight, everybody. I don't have to GM any of this show at all. It's going to be a wild time. As for the rest of housekeeping for Rediscovery, one, thanks for being here. And two, this is going to be a really fun game with really fun people and one of the first guest GM spots of the year. So, with that, hey Zach, go ahead. Or wait, you wanted to go last. Hold on, I can redo this. I'm a professional. Don't worry about it. Nobody saw a thing. So I'm still gonna introduce my character last. I'm making Danny go first because I'm loud.
But my computer just got loud. Hey, everybody, I'm Danny, or CG Danny B Online. I'll be playing Josiah Thomas this evening, the criminal, and I think that's all I'm supposed to say right now. Popcorn Vixie. I don't know if the popcorn is wet.
I knew it was coming. I was like, that bullet's coming. Yeah, it's me. Anyway, hey, everybody. My name is Vixie Belle, and tonight I'm your friendly neighborhood player here at Rediscovery RPG. Thank you for having me. Super excited. And I will be playing Rita Iglesias, the hardened veteran who thought she was having a peaceful life, and then somebody came along and fucked that up. Sorry, I shouldn't curse. Screwed that up.
No, you can curse as much as you want here. Who cares?
Okay, just checking. Just in case we only had one curse among us.
No.
I may have used it already.
You're so
All right,
good.
anyway, with that, I'm going to popcorn it over to the wonderful Joe.
Hi, everybody. My name is Joe, Suki Joe on the internet, and I'll be playing Zwei for you guys, a drone pilot, and he may or may not be fucking stuff up.
But we'll be fucking it up together. And then I get to play today. So my name is Mallorie, but I am playing Noah, who's Zwei's best friend. And we're going to do so many cool, wonderful things and totally not ruin the adults' lives. And that's fine.
Hi, everybody. I'm your Game Master tonight here on Rediscovery. My name is Zachary Vaudo, and this is The Electric State, a journey through the post-apocalypse of yesterday. This is set in the far-off time that I don't know how many of you might remember. The year starts with a 1. It's the 1990s. But it's an alternate 1990s, full of cyberpunk dystopia and nostalgia, and taking a journey that will change you forever, hopefully for the better. Players, are you ready to start said journey?
Let's go.
Well then, welcome to the Electric State. It is the far-flung year of 1997, and the world as we know it is torn. Destruction and desolation litters the land, spoils of civil war that broke states apart into new territories. States are fractured into new divisions, large swaths of cities abandoned and desolate. Shells of the advancements of decades gone by stand as monuments of once was. Militarized and corporatized, the world around falling asunder, most Americans find escape in virtual worlds. These are accessible via the neuronic network because the world outside is sometimes too much to bear. While some do what they can to survive outside, either with drone technology or innate human ability, most people opt to spend their time escaping the outside world, losing themselves in the virtual bliss that is the Electric State. But there are still journeys to be had outside of the virtual, personal goals that can only be achieved in the real world, and we find ourselves on one such journey. Here and now, in the remnants of California that we now call Pacifica. 4 individuals motor down the road in a run-down 1993 Buick Roadmaster estate, having just left San Francisco Memorial City a few days back, and heading east into the mountains. Today is May 6th, 1997. The world, as always, is ending. Travelers, your shared destination is the Prim border crossing in the Blackwelt Exclusion Zone, 650 miles away in what we, in the modern era, know as the border to Nevada, and rapidly closing. Each one of you has had it rough. Each one of you has your own reasons for ending up on the road together. You've hit your hurdles, you got knocked down, you got back up again, and you got into this Buick and you drove on. You've been staying off the main interstates, driving through the Sierra Nevada because for one reason or another, you don't want the world to see you. And so under the lights of neon and the moon, you drive. And that's our story from A to Z so far. We pick up now in the car as we move around and meet our cast of characters. I'd like to start with you, Noah. Tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you look like?
Noah's younger, 17, almost 18, but like shorter, curvier, big black curly space buns and overalls over another graphic tee, like big oversized flannel that's clearly for someone like 3 times her size. And they've got like the biggest green eyes and lots of freckles and a look that looks distrustful of the world, because it very much is.
Distrustful of the world, yet still in a car with 3 other people. How did you meet the travelers in this car? Or at least, how did you meet the one that brought you into this journey in the first place?
I found Josiah in an alleyway one night. I ran away from home. Home is a weird word, but the house that I was in, I ran away from that house. And I kept going until I found a alleyway to be in, just to crash for a few minutes, get away from lights and adults that were looking at me weird, and saw Josiah selling robot parts, the ones that are illegal, like he shouldn't have been selling. So I called him on it because I saw he had a car and I needed a car to get to where I was going. And I never had anyone teach me how to drive because they were too busy.
Maybe on this trip, one of your personal journeys might be actually learning how to drive, if the driver will ever give up the wheel. In the meantime, though, whereabouts are you in the car?
I'm in the back.
In the back.
Because he won't let me drive, and since there's another adult, I'm not allowed in the passenger seat either, so I sit in the back.
Let's talk about that other adult that's sitting up front. Now, Vixie, tell us a little bit about Rita.
Rita Iglesias is about 5'6", has a permanent case of RBF. For those who don't know what that means, it is resting bitch face. She has the lean, muscular build of an ex-Marine. She has her hair slicked back into a low bun, and she is wearing a fitted top and camo pants with combat boots. She isn't exactly thrilled to be here, let alone sitting next to Josiah, but she is, what's the word I'm looking for? She's on this ride, much to her chagrin. And I would like to say, if we'll allow this, that maybe she has one of those old paper maps folded in front of her of Pacifica, like, the kind that you would get in travel pre, like, MapQuest even. And that she is staring down at it, kind of just with a pencil, tracking their sort of path through Pacifica.
Absolutely. A map like that is going to be extremely useful for this, or at least it'll be useful in charting your main course. Obviously, right. The problem with paper maps is when you have a top-down view like that, you can't get into the fine details unless you have an entire map book, which you do not have. But this is enough for you to at least chart your course from San Francisco to the exclusion zone.
Correct.
And so that's what you're doing right now. You're just taking a look through the map and seeing about where you all are, how far you have to go. As I mentioned earlier, you've got about 650 miles left to go. Moving to the not navigator, to the person driving the car, Josiah, Danny, tell us a little bit about yourself.
In the driver's seat, you see this very I hesitate to say relaxed, but just very nonchalant individual. Lighter brown skin, He's got one hand kind of collapsed on his lap, the other one on the steering wheel. Real rough, almost on the verge of wrinkly. Just he's been through it. He's been just tired, as everybody in this car to some capacity just bothers him. And he's so not ready to be. He just wants to be out of his car. He wants to get where we need to go and just call it a day, so he never has to talk to them again. So even though there's days where he can feel Rita just staring daggers through the side of his skull, he does everything just to look at the road and pretend no one else is here. As he's just not quite the RBF that Rita has, but it's just very just like draw out like.
Well, I was going to ask how you felt about the other travelers, but I think we've got a pretty decent gauge of it. Is that sort of a consistent feeling across all three of your other passengers?
I would say, if anyone, there's a little bit more of not so much fear of Rita, but knowing that the other two are like the kids in the back have more annoyed Josiah, as opposed to Josiah and Rita more or less just butt heads over, I guess, though they're both the adults in the situation, who is the one that gets the most say in everything. And Rita likes to fight for that a lot more than I think Josiah would appreciate, and wishes he could just say, let's just go. So yeah, definitely more of a nuisance from, again, the kids in the back, while Rita has a little more of a, I guess, a problem with Josiah.
I don't know what you're talking about. We get along great. Look at it.
Sure we do.
Can't even talk to each other.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Speaking of the ones in the back, now the Buick Roadmaster estate has a rear-facing folded-down bench seat in the cargo area, in addition to the back seat. And this is a very important element for me to note, because sitting in that part, not the back seat next to Noah, but the back part of it, is our fourth traveler, Zwei. Zwei, could you please let us know a bit about yourself, and more importantly, why it is that you would need to be in a seat area all of your own?
That's such an interesting question, God, DM, GM. It's because I am indeed a robot. And Zwei, which is the German number for two, by the way, for those who wanted to know, and it's not just a weird combination of letters. But Zwei has to be in that console because he do be a little robot guy. The way that he presents himself to... Sorry, that was weird. The way that he presents himself to, or the way that he looks, I suppose, to the rest of the group is that he has an analog TV for a head, and his body is kind of scraped together by mascot parts that were found around. He does wear an oversized, like kind of crew neck to hide most of it. There are speculations that he's probably doing it to feel a little bit more human. And he has a self-made attached little halo that hangs lopsided over his analog head. Yeah, that is who he is, and he's sitting there. He kind of keeps away from the adults, not necessarily because he's frustrated or annoyed with them, but he has a very deep rooted distrust of them. And doesn't like engaging with either one of them, though he is a little bit more friendly towards Rita than he is to Josiah. Is it because he's a criminal? Is it because he keeps trying to steal his parts? One will never know, and Zwei will not elaborate, but he just dislikes that man out of principle. And he usually is found probably turned more towards Noah in a companion kind of way.
Now, for clarification's purposes for our audience, we're perceiving a robot, but robot is not entirely correct in this state, is it? You are not quite a robot, but a drone, which does mean that you are piloting this drone from elsewhere. The important thing to note, though, is that it is not in this car, and none of the other three have actually seen you.
Yes.
What have you told them about yourself, if anything?
Nothing. Zwei has said that his body is somewhere else, and he has said that it is safe for now. He has not disclosed where that is. Is it because he does not know, he doesn't want to share? He won't elaborate on that. But I think the group, now having been together for a while, gets the sense that he is genuinely afraid of the place where he might be in and doesn't want to disclose it. And he has not given any visual descriptions about himself whatsoever. And his motivation of why he is with the group, and especially Rita, is not necessarily tied to himself. So I think, should they even ask, he wouldn't find it of importance to share with them.
Understandable. And audience, these are our travelers for this journey that they're on. I have a couple of important bits to finalize this experience. I need 3 of you, your choice on who, to roll me 2d6. This is what's called a d66 roll. You're going to designate 1 die as the 10s and 1 as the 1s. You're rolling on a table because in addition to the gear that you all have on your persons, there's 3 additional pieces of gear in this car. It's your shared gear. So you may elect which one of you wants to roll for this, and one by one you'll tell me the number. There's a few numbers that are off limits, and I may tell you to roll again, or I may just hop to the very next one. But apart from that, anything on this table is possible. Who's rolling first?
Who wants to roll?
Does anyone want to opt out of rolling?
I will say the 4th person I will ask the second question to, so all 4 of you will have something contributing to this.
Do all of the, and I say this with love, but do all of the humans want to roll, and then I roll for the second one?
Whoa.
That's fine.
Hey there. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
Relax.
Wow.
I
All
bet.
right. Oh,
Right.
geez. Okay. I believe I got double 6s, so 66.
Okay. That is one of the off-limit numbers. So I'm going to move it down to the closest in bounds number, which is 64.
Okay.
Which is under the bench seat in the back.
Mhm.
And I leave it up to the adults to, well, I guess it would really probably be Josiah, but I leave it to Josiah if he told Rita. If you wanted to tell the other 2 that it's under there, tucked under the bench seat in the back is a shotgun. You will have access to a shotgun on this journey.
Just want to talk to him.
Yeah.
Of course.
Anybody, feel free to make a note of that. This is in your car unless you otherwise specify.
Okay.
Okay. Do we know, Josiah, are you sharing?
Would you have told the child that's
No.
blackmailing you that you have a gun?
Absolutely not. I think the kids absolutely would not have been told, especially the fact that Zwei would be sitting in the back, like near it. And I would definitely not have told you guys. And also,
least likely to be harmed by it, mind you, but
true.
still.
True.
That's
The
crazy.
question
You were
is-
just like, not you.
Yeah.
You don't get to know. I think Josiah is considering telling Rita for the security of knowing it's there, but is also concerned that if she knows it's there, that she would use it. So I think right now he's told nobody.
Fair enough. What is the second die roll?
35.
35. In this car, and Noah, I will let you determine what the subject matter is a nonfiction book. The importance of the book as an item is that it gives a bonus to your wits roll if the subject is relevant to said roll.
Oh shit.
Mechanical engineering.
Yeah, that's exactly, like, literally popped in my head. I was like, what if I did like robot repair or something like that? So yeah, mechanical engineering, because I'm afraid none of us
Completely
would be able
reasonable
to
in this world.
fix
Yes,
why.
absolutely. So somebody make a note, or whoever's making notes of this.
Yeah.
There's a book of mechanical engineering in your car.
Sweet.
It's probably like a
about me.
school textbook. Yeah, it's either a school textbook or it's a corporate handbook, one or the other. But Yes. If the subject is relevant, if, for example, if you're rolling mechanical engineering, specifically robotics, since you have identified it as such, it will give a bonus to the roll.
Sweet.
And what is the third number?
So I also rolled a 35.
Okay.
So do we get another book, or should I re-roll?
If you do not re-roll, you will get a different book, or you can re-roll and we can see what we get.
All right, so I re-rolled anyway. I got a 12.
Okay. 12 is actually going to work out better for you. Back in the trunk area, still closer to Zwei, but more like tucked away in the back corner of the vehicle, is a toolbox specifically for vehicle repair. You will have tools in this toolbox to repair vehicles. If you are doing a roll to repair a vehicle, it will give you a bonus.
Cool.
Those are the shared items in your car. Now, Zwei, as the only person that did not roll on this, I leave to you the final question of setup. What music are you guys listening to?
Oh my God, I got the best question. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wait. Oh my God, I get the best question. What are we listening to? Do we have like just like a cassette that is playing, or is it like
it is the 90s, so CDs are in fact a thing, despite what people may have told you.
Okay, cool. Is it possible to listen to like a self-burned CD that was found on the road? Okay, I want to listen to a self-burned CD, and it's just written in like really like broken handwriting, epic playlist for road trips. And I want to be listening to that. And I don't know if you guys have listened or watched How I Met Your Mother,
Yes.
but there's a very funny scene about how the car can only play one song. And I want the first 5 songs to be the same song on this playlist.
What song is that for this?
Actually, since it's in the consent of the group, I don't want to make an executive decision unless people are okay with me going like Mimi and having it be and I would walk 5,000 miles. But
you certainly can.
Let's
Yeah.
Danny loves that. Josiah hates you. Danny loves the How I Met Your Mother reference.
So the burn CD only has 8 tracks, and the first 5 are 5,000
Whoever
miles,
burned this like messed up the process.
Yeah, exactly.
Added the song too many times.
Yes.
Yeah,
they thought they didn't add it. They kept dragging it over and over.
Yeah, exactly.
They clearly used LimeWire, got a few viruses. It was fine.
Now that one's a little bit past our time.
And every single time it plays again, like the song, Zwei will like in excitement, because every song excites him, will like kick forward and kick the driver's seat and just be like, "Oh my God, again!"
which would involve, mind you, leaning over the back seat past Noah to hit the driver's seat to let Josiah.
It's very intentional. It's just like, "Oh my God, Josiah, it's a song again."
Every time it happens, I think there's just a smirk from Rita, like she's just like very subtle. Like I'm good. Keeps looking at the map, but like the smirk is there.
Josiah just gripping the steering wheel as he's just like, I'm sure the song will change next.
Surely
Now,
one day.
You drive on, and you're driving through yet another cloned American suburb. This one is somewhere near Stockton in the Central Valley, is what your map has told you, Rita. You've lost count of just how many suburbs you've driven through trying to stay off of the main interstate. The rhythmic thumping of the Buick's wheels against the concrete joints of the 4-lane road, it's almost soothing as you pass the rundown roadside buildings and huge billboards for the Center Corporation, which is the technological conglomerate of these times. The thumping of the tires almost in time with the music. The sun is setting behind you, and it hues the Sierra Nevada in a dull red. Josiah is almost dozing off when the song keeps going, and you notice that the da-da-da-das are repeating and repeating far too much, and you see the console flicker as it loops. Da 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 da. You notice the streetlights outside flicker, go out, leaving only the red of the sun to light the area. The dash lights cut off, and before you can register what's going on, there is a jolting bang. Josiah, I'd like for you to make the first roll of this.
Yeah.
Driver, please roll agility.
Okay.
Now, for those of you at home, and as a reminder to you, Josiah is going to take his agility stat, whatever number that is, he's going to roll that many d6s. If he has any modifiers to this based off of driving, he can add more dice to this. Josiah needs a single 6 for a success, but a success can only be a 6. If he rolls no 6s, it is not a success.
Damn, no pressure.
All right.
We're
I
gonna
rolled
flip.
a 6. We're
Single
good.
6.
We're good.
That is
For future reference, I have
Yes.
Thief, which gives me a +2 die for hot wiring cars. I assume that's still not in the same ballpark as driving a car. So I wouldn't
Absolutely
lose
not.
extra 2. All right, just making sure. Just to double check, because like, okay, give me extra 2. All right, cool.
absolutely not. That is enough to retain control of the car, and it doesn't go off the road. You're able to keep the car on the road despite the bang, and the Buick leaning heavily to the right as the car sputters and rolls to a stop.
I think before the events take place, like that music, that the da 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 stuttering, I think you see Josiah's elbow almost like he's getting ready to punch the radio because the stuttering is annoying, but also there's this faint hope that means the music will stop. So he kind of lets go. But in that, as he goes to punch, his hand is kind of not on the wheel. So that as everything starts to take place, that's kind of where we start to jar and spin out. And he just grabs that. I think instinctively grabbing Rita by the shoulder and kind of pinning her back to the seat to make sure she doesn't go anywhere. But is also just clutching that steering wheel until we kind of spin into place.
Rita, how do you feel about that?
Well, I think Rita, in the moments before this happens, was starting to clock that something weird was going on. And at first, it's maybe the CD's scratched. Sometimes CDs scratch and they skip and they skip and they skip. But then it becomes way more than like, okay, something is wrong here. And then like before she can really piece it all together, she's noticed something is wrong. The car just, the stuff with the car happens. And then she feels herself get pitched back by Josiah as he places his hand on her. She's not exactly thrilled, but she's also like, well, there's not much I can do in this situation. And I think when the car comes to a stop, she's on full alert because clearly something is wrong here. And she looks to the back, to the kids in the back, or to the kids in the back, and says, "Are you both okay?" Like,
yeah.
she hasn't bothered to move Josiah's hand yet. She's just like, that's her first instinct is to check in on the two in the back.
Yeah. I'm fine. Just rock. Zwei, you good?
Yeah. It seems like a roller coaster to me.
Close enough. Yeah, we're good.
Damn. I was kind of hoping you fell out the window. Okay.
Woo.
No,
At
that
that
was,
was that towards Noah?
yeah, it absolutely was.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. 100%.
Josiah did not specify.
I
He
think
doesn't need to. No one
it
knows.
does not know it. Yeah. No one knows. Like, it was like, are you okay? Damn it. Real, just through the windshield would have been everything we needed. All right.
Rita just sort of casually knocks your arm off her at that point and says, "Glad you're so invested in everyone's safety."
Yeah. He has no idea what to say exactly to you because he's already made the point that he just kind of wished Noah flew out of the car. He's like, yeah, I'm just so concerned that I'll lose every single one of you in a freak car accident while listening to the most annoying song in history. It's fine. I'm gonna check and see if the car's okay. I think it's Josiah. We're gonna.
It's Baby Shark, but it's this.
Josiah, it's okay. You don't have to miss it. I can sing it for you. Da, da, da,
No,
da,
that's
da,
okay.
da, da,
I
Which
imagine
is all the reason that Josiah needs to get out of the car.
Yeah, along with the little grizzle in the voice, I imagine there's also like static coming through the speaker, so it sounds even worse. Josiah's like, "Yeah, go check out the car." It just stands up, slams the door, and we go to pop the hood.
You pop the hood very quickly, and the end at a first sight, everything seems fine. Looking in, you don't see anything particularly blown in there. You hear a noise, I'll say, of Rita that Rita makes trying to get your attention. And as you look over to Rita, you can see on the passenger side, both side tires are blown.
Oh.
Moreover, Rita, I'll give you this one as you're still in the car.
Mm-hmm.
You notice Josiah did not turn off the car before he got out. The car is not moving, which to you means that the battery, is dead on top
Is
of
the
that.
car in park at least?
It's
Or is
not.
it still in drive?
Because of the tires, because of the state of the tires, you rolled until you could not roll anymore.
Okay. I think Rita sees this and gives the world's longest sigh, of course. And she just does a little hop over to the driver's seat, puts the car in park, even though there's no point, but might as well, and turns the car off, and gets out and says, "I don't think we're going anywhere anytime soon." And she turns from you, it's very matter of fact, turns from you and goes over to the back, knocks on the door for Noah and Zwei, and says, "I think we're stuck for the moment. I'd suggest maybe getting out and stretching your legs if you can.
Yeah, sure.
Even if, not everyone needs to." And she kind of looks at Zwei.
Zwei will look at Noah and just be like,
I can stretch my legs with you.
Yeah, come on. I should get out of here for a little bit while they fix whatever. And I'll grab my notebook and pen, shove it in my bag, and throw my bag over my shoulder while I get out of the car, and then I'll help Zwei out of the car.
So I will get out of the car and then immediately sit down on the floor and start stretching. Just be like,
Oh,
Do you want to stretch your legs?
so that's one way to do it, but I think Rita's suggesting we go take a walk to let them look at the car and basically let Josiah curse at the top of his lungs in peace.
Oh, okay. We can walk. Do we walk somewhere or just in place? Oh my God, I can run really, really fast if I'm not going anywhere.
Down the road, but we'll keep an eye on the car and make sure somebody doesn't leave us behind.
Oh,
Rita's
that's fair.
sitting and watching this conversation. She says, "Just don't go too far."
Yeah, we'll keep an eyesight of the car. Don't worry. And I just
Okay.
grabbed Zwei's hand and drag them along.
And if you see anything weird, come right back.
I got it.
Zwei will just shout at Josiah and just be like,
Please curse really loud so we can still hear you.
as he's
You get out of the car, and Noah and Zwei, you begin to walk as the streetlights flicker back on. You're on this wide 4-lane street in the outskirts of Stockton. From where you are, you can see into the suburban area. There's a liquor store that has a sign that is also flickering back on. It says Ramona's. There's a restaurant. It looks like a hamburger joint, or at least you assume so, considering that the sign that lights up on a stand says Burger Box. And there's a few other businesses along the roadside. Between those, the streets are lined with low residential houses. There's some small gardens that shoot off from the houses off of the main road. You don't see any people out here just yet, but you're also just passing through the town.
I think Zwei will stop in front of the burger joint and stare at like the flickering lights and specifically the burger joint, and I'm assuming it has like some kind of neon sign or something, right?
Yes.
That says like open. Yeah, he will like stare at the neon sign like really, really intently.
What you looking at?
He slowly turns and is just like,
I think those taste really good.
A burger? Yeah, they're fine, I guess. I used to make them for myself a lot when I had to do a lot of cooking at my old house, I guess.
Oh my god, you know how to cook. I don't know. I remember eating them sometimes, so I think they were really yummy.
Well, when we find you, we can go get one together, and maybe I'll like them more if I don't have to make them myself.
Yeah. That sounds nice. Do you think the others like burgers?
Probably. I don't talk to Rita much. Couldn't tell you a thing about what Josiah eats except maybe anger for breakfast.
That doesn't sound very sustainable. Maybe that's why he's so angry.
You
Yeah, I
see
think
that,
so.
and across the street. Fuck! Damn!
I see what I mean.
Followed immediately by "Hey, language."
Fuck you!
Back over at the car, Josiah and Rita, what are you doing to examine this car, or was that just sort of an excuse at that point?
I think like because of the tires, Rita's first instinct is to like see if there's like a spare tire or something in the trunk, or a tire jack, some kind of anything.
There are vehicle repair tools, so there would be there is a tire kit. There is a potential to have maybe a donut, like a temporary tire, but two tires are blown, not just one.
Right.
So even if you put a donut on one of them, you're still short one tire, and there seems to be no power to the car at the moment.
Yeah. So in direct sight, are there any other abandoned cars or parked cars that seem like they're chilling, like we could steal tires from? Or
there's a residential. It's a residential area, so you do see some cars in like that are parked like along the roads, like outside of houses and whatnot. Some of these houses look pretty well kept. Some of these houses look run down. So you assume that, much like most suburbs in here, the ones that are upkept are probably still occupied. The ones that are run down, if they are occupied, it's not by a living person.
Yeah. Then I think checking the rundown ones, if there's any that have a car parked outside or a garage that we can get into to see if there would be an additional spare tire, is... I think Josiah would want to save the donut if we can get two tires from somebody else. That would be for later.
Yeah. I feel like there's like a discussion that happens between them about like whether or not this is a great idea, and back and forth, and finally Rita like acquiesces because Rita's gonna fight him on it, right? Since we've already established that like it's dishonest, whatever. And then finally caves in and is like, all right, we don't really have a choice. If they're not occupied, then let's take their tires.
Oh no, cars they're not using the cars, they're not using the tires. It's so unfortunate that we steal it. It doesn't matter. We'll take the fucking wheels.
Well,
we could also just take the car. I mean,
I love this car. I can't leave it. I need the tires.
Oh, okay. All right.
So go look for some tires that'll fit on the Buick, and we'll just circle back.
Do we even know what brand they are?
If they fit, it doesn't matter. We'll worry about brand later.
All right.
Hey, Josiah, if you would have taken a new car, you could have left the CD behind. Missed out on it.
Let's be honest. Getting all the other things out of the car, there's a non-zero chance that Zwei would have tried to get the CD back. Now, could Zwei have gotten the CD back with the battery dead? Who knows?
I'm just saying.
Those of you that are looking, that are looking for tires, could you both please make me a wits roll to see what you find?
For totes.
I also think that like as we're walking, She's gonna comment. You know the battery's dead too, right?
It's one thing at a time. We'll check those cars while we're out and see if one of them works.
All right.
That is 1 success.
I have two successes actually.
Okay.
So 2 6s.
Then
You
I would
over
say that both of you are able to find tires. That part's easy. With the 2 successes for you, Rita, I will say that you're the one that thought about the batteries, so you're the one that would actually, check the batteries of the car.
Okay.
The tires are going to require tools to get off, which is probably a bit more Josiah's specialty, especially with the toolkit back in the Buick. As you go to unplug a battery, because that should be easy enough, with your 2 successes, what I will give you is that when you unplug it, you are keen enough to notice a lack of spark as the metal comes off of the prongs of the batteries. This battery, you tap it again and again to see if there's any spark. There's nothing. This battery is also dead.
Well, that's not great. The battery's dead on this one too.
Well, I guess we can see if we can. I was gonna say jump it, but you want to check another car and see if those work, or
I mean, we don't have a choice. Should we go into an occupied home? Maybe ask for a jump once we've changed the tires anyway.
I'm already so tired of people. But I guess if they might have something or know why everyone whose car is sitting here's batteries are dead. Yeah, you could ask around.
Well, I mean, if they haven't used the car in a while, or she motions to because I'm assuming we're at one of the houses that's like defunct or whatever. It just doesn't.
That's entirely your call. That would be the safe option, though.
Okay.
While you're determining that, quick hop back to Noah and Zwei as you're talking outside of the burger joint. You do see movement inside as the lights are on again. You can hear some sounds like when you two stop talking, indicating that the burger box is operational.
Hey, let's go in. I probably should wait for them to actually sit down to eat, maybe, but maybe we can get some help finding whatever we need for the car.
Yeah. What do we need for the car?
Definitely tires. Those things are flat as fuck. There's no way we're driving on that shit.
Oh, okay. So being flat is a bad thing. Got it.
Yeah, for something like that. And where all the lights went out, I'm gonna assume there's a part of the car that's not working at supplying power. And I don't know a ton about cars, but everything operates on batteries, so
Yeah.
probably that.
It would be really helpful if Josiah would have taught you more about cars right about now.
Yeah, he doesn't
somewhere
like me very
at Zwei stares at
much.
Just eyes locked out the window. Just see Josiah.
The entire TV head just turns like an owl towards it.
Oh.
Yeah, he doesn't like me very much, so I don't think he'll be teaching me much of anything until I can get out of his life for forever.
I don't know. I feel like the people that I'm usually around are really stoic and cold, and I think that's a sign of hate and dislike. But Josiah gets angry and has emotion, so I feel like that comes with caring. So I think he might care.
For himself, maybe. Come on, let's go.
Do you two go inside?
Yeah.
All right. Do you open
Also,
yes.
God, Zach, however you refer to. If I have a question for you that is like more private, should I write that in Discord or somewhere?
Yes, yeah. Shoot it to me within your channel within Discord.
Sweet.
You both walk in. Noah, you'll open the door to lead Zwei in. The burger box is a pretty standard small diner. There's flat top grill, the smell of burgers. There's a fryer. There's a small soda fountain. Couple of people eating inside, and a single waitress that seems to be tending to everything. Middle-aged black woman wearing a green work top and a red apron, who looks up at you when you all come in. Just, hey, welcome to Burger Box.
Hi. Quick question. Do you know of a mechanic or something around here? Our car broke down outside.
Mechanic? Yeah, there's Jimmy's Auto Parts. He's probably closed for the night though.
Where is it? We could at least push our car down there and wait till morning.
Yeah, it's just like down about a block or so. Actually, wait, no, sorry, I'm looking through my map. It's just around the corner, actually.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, and mentally speaking, if you were far enough to look back at the other two as you were pulling in and whatnot, they are about equidistant to the gas station, to the auto station as you all are.
Cool. Thanks. We might be back later with our other people, but I wouldn't want to sit down and eat without them. So
yeah, sure, bring them in. You could use the customers.
We could use the meal.
Yeah, a question. How much is a burger?
And she'll point out the menu to you. Everything, I mean, Zwei, I don't know how well you would know this, but Noah could verify that everything is kind of reasonably priced for considering what the meal is. Like it's not highly expensive. I'd say, you could probably get like a burger, like and fries and a drink for maybe like $5. It's nothing too crazy. And again, this is like an actual, like not like a big burger, but it's an actual burger, not just a fast food one.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. And he would like slowly turn to Noah and just be like, I don't know what those numbers mean.
That's okay. I'll explain them on the way. But let's go beat those two to the auto parts store because I'd like to rub it in Josiah's face that I could fix a car faster than him when I can't even drive it.
I want to rub something in his face.
Yeah, let's
go. You both head back out.
I know where the shotgun is. I swear.
You both head back out, and you come back upon Rita and Josiah looking at cars and evaluating the tires and whatnot.
You all find what you need?
We found the tires, but it looks like the rest of the batteries some of the batteries are dead.
Yeah, they're shot. I don't think
the ones that you checked are, yes.
Yeah.
Did you try the auto parts store?
I didn't think of that.
How obvious is it an auto parts store? Like, is there a big AutoZone sign that is just like, well, how high does Noah feel right now, knowing that we just...
there is.
It blinks on right when you say that.
There is a sign. There is a sign.
Okay.
In your defense, it is angled towards the part of the street that, as you drive past it, it's not a huge light up sign. It's a white sheet metal building. It's got graffiti on the walls and it's got a parking lot outside with just like a couple of like parts of cars out front. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't have necessarily immediately known that it's an auto shop, but as you look at it, like as you look for an auto shop, you look over, you clearly go, oh, well, yeah, that's the building with cars out front is probably the auto shop, considering that the cars are, in pieces out front.
You're pretty bright there, young one. And she gives Noah a pat on the shoulder. Very approving.
It's not really my thing. I win the diner and asked because I figured you all were looking for things, and as much as I'm not the most helpful person in the world, I got places to be and people to see,
Who said you weren't helpful?
I just look at Josiah.
Want daggers at Josiah again.
Am I wrong? The kid asked the question. I think if I watched like 10 more steps, I would have found it. So I guess
the
thanks for
kid's
saving
smarter
me.
than you. Josiah.
So I
Oh,
will
that's
slowly
true.
lean over to Noah, and it's just like,
Is this where we rub things into Josiah's face?
Oh, I've already done it. Don't worry. He already feels stupid. I accomplished my goal.
I swear to God. I think Josiah like mumbles under his breath and turns and starts walking towards the garage. But he's that Arthur clenching fist me on the side of his. Oh my God.
Now, for clarification, are you guys pushing the car there, or are you just walking over there and then letting them know what's going on?
That's
How
what Rita was
far?
about to say. Like,
Like say how far? Like we're still
About like half a
short
block.
jog. Yeah, not even. I'd say if the car's close enough. Check out the place before we move the car. I think is the vibe.
All right.
I'm asking this more as a player than Zwei, because I don't think Zwei would care. But as a player, should we leave somebody at the car
I was
just
also
in
thinking this.
case, or
But,
should we all
You
kind of
don't
go?
really see anybody out and about. Like the people that you saw so far were in the
Yeah,
burger
but
place.
my epic playlist for a road trip is in that car.
That
Zach.
becomes entirely up to you.
Oh no!
I
it'd be
think Rita.
so
Okay,
got
like,
stolen.
from a character standpoint, Rita's the one that will say like, are we taking the car, Josiah?
We can swing and get in a second. If we bring it to the garage and there's nothing in here to help, we're just wasting energy. So let's just check the garage
There's
first.
parts in the garage. We could just bring the car with us. If we leave it out here, something it could be taken.
Then how about the kids? And the kids can go watch the car if they want to sit by it.
You want to leave the kids to watch the car by themselves?
I do.
I
Yes.
can watch the car.
And
There we go.
His TV head will turn towards the car and just stare.
Why
There
don't
we
you
go.
take Noah? It seems like you guys need to have some bonding time, and I'll stay with Zwei.
Bonding time?
I don't want them to bond.
I don't want us to bond either. I'm with Zwei.
The kid and I agree. That's crazy. No,
She is like Rita sighs with a like, I'm trying to get people to get along, it's not working, and says, well, then I would feel more comfortable if one of us stayed with the car and
Right.
one of the kids went with you.
Go ahead. Take the bucket of balls to the car. The brat can come with me and you can carry stuff, okay?
She looks to Noah and says, are you more comfortable going with Josiah, or do you want to stay?
I'm fine.
That's why
I can
can
also
you
go
won't.
with Josiah.
It's okay, Zwei. He won't do anything. It's fine.
All right. So very quickly, who is going to the auto shop?
Me and
Josiah.
Josiah.
Let's go. Party. Love you, babe.
You two walk on up.
We're doing great.
You walk on up to this white building. It is Jimmy's Auto Parts. Full name being Jimmy's Auto Parts and Hardware. You pull up as you see a man in mechanic's uniform, like pulling the metal slide door down over the front door, and kneeling down to lock it. He's a white man, bald head, has a couple of grease stains that he seems to have tacked onto the back of his head. And again, mechanic's uniform. Your stereotypical mechanic in this regard, but he seems to be closing up for the evening.
Hey, Danny can't do it. Josiah does that little like attention whistle like through his lips. Hey, before you close up, just card broke down, maybe a quick jump or an extra battery before you lock up for the day.
He turns and looks up at you and goes, "Oh, hey, what you got the batteries or something else?"
So the tires are done, but we got replacements for those. I can ship those. I just need to swap the battery out and something. Just freak accident, just a quick jump would be great.
Well, I'd love to help. I don't got any functional ones at the moment. Had the power surge that kicked through. It looks like it discharged them. I could probably get some next day though. You want? I can tow your car over here. I'm about to head over to church myself, but I can tow it over here real quick if you want.
Are you gonna charge for that?
Nah.
Yeah, that'd be great. There's a lady, and didn't ask this earlier. Is it not weird that we have a robot hanging around?
In this day and age, not particularly. As I mentioned, it's quite common actually for humans that can afford them to venture out in drones.
Okay.
it could be assumed that the driver of this drone, or the pilot of this drone rather, is in the aforementioned car or somewhere else.
Cool. Yeah, that'd be super helpful. There's a lady in a drone standing by it. It's right around the block. Just, I guess we'll stick around for the evening. Do you know a good place to stay? Or
I mean, honestly, the houses that ain't occupied still got stuff in them. Be good, about as good as you can get around here. Or again, we've got a sermon tonight. Folks down at the church might be able to offer you up something.
I've never really liked church that much. He's gonna bump Noah on the shoulder, like, you're gonna have to convince Rita. Either we stay in one of those places, or we ask the good people of God to help us out.
Yeah, I'll talk to her. We're staying in one of those houses. I'm not going to church.
All right, we can agree on that. So, yeah, if you could tow the car, that'd be great, and we'll figure something out for the night. Thanks. What was the name of the place? Was it Mike's?
It's Jimmy's.
Jimmy's. Like, I guess Jimmy, as he puts out a hand for like a handshake, I'm assuming.
Absolutely, yeah. He'll shake your hand. You'll get a bit of grease on your hand.
Nothing new.
But he will head over to his truck. He'll head over to his truck and will be able to go. Like he goes to try to start it up. It takes a few, and then it finally does kick on. He looks at it. He says, "I'd offer to jump off of this one, but I'm liable to kill my own truck if I do that at that point." It sounds like.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, hardworking man. I get it. Yeah. That's fine. I appreciate the tow, I guess. Thanks. He's gonna let him take off. I think as him and Noah will start walking back over to the Buick and see if Rita and Zwei are already chilling.
All right. You head on back over to the car to inform them of your findings and your options.
So we got a tow, which is good, but we have to stay the night, which is bad. And it's either we take one of the abandoned houses or we go to church, which is even worse than bad. So
Why?
not fun. Don't recommend.
Why?
I went with someone I used to live with, and I
Okay, but to be
it's
fair, I feel like it's a bit better to stay at someone's place with permission than it is to stay somewhere without permission.
if no one's living there, who cares?
I'd agree with the kid.
Somebody might care. Somebody might decide, I don't know, that we're squatting or something and decide they don't want us there.
I will say that
who's going to stop us?
I will say what Rita is saying is more likely than not nowadays, considering the state of the world.
I think we should go to where the people are, and then maybe one of them will get us a free burger.
We could just get burgers, Zwei.
Yeah, I guess, but Noah doesn't want to cook anymore, so maybe somebody else will cook for us.
Okay.
That's not how these places work. You don't go in and cook your burger.
You buy a burger and somebody cooks it for you and brings it to you at a place like where we were.
You're paying for a service.
In this time, Jimmy's truck has come and lifted the car and towed it the half block back.
Yeah, he's
it
silent wave to him.
Yeah.
Thanks. Appreciate
It is getting darker at this point.
Did Jimmy tell you what time church was?
He didn't specify time. He said basically once he towed the car over, he was going to head over to church, which would imply that it's probably an evening service. It is getting dark. You do not have a place to stay. You have not eaten. You don't even know what town you're in at this point.
The map just told us it was like an indistinct suburb, right?
Again, you have a map of of the like basically have an interstate map of Pacifica, and so you can tell
Gotcha.
that you're in like a suburban area off of your map. Now, if you wanted to find out, you could, go the route of talking to people or break into places and see if you could find maps, or to remind you and to inform our audience, your Neurocaster is the equivalent of a modern day phone. Those of you that have one, you could access the neural net to learn where you are. Those of you that don't have one would have to find effectively a public Neurocaster. It's the equivalent of a standing payphone.
Could I, as a drone, figure out where we are?
I believe so. I believe that the Neurocasting rules are slightly different for a drone, but you could do that. Yes.
Okay. What would I roll for that?
I'm going to pull it up really quick and let you know.
Sweet.
As they're looking that up in rules, when Zwei would ask about getting a burger, I think Josiah kind of just ignored it and then thought about the flat TV screen of like, how would you even eat it? Do you get hungry or?
I don't think so. I used to get hungry. I used to eat a lot, but people would take my food away really fast if I ate too fast. So, I don't think so. I don't eat. I don't.
And then he gets like really quiet and like shuffles his feet a little bit.
All right.
Okay.
So, Zwei, for your neurocasting, you would basically go inert while you are neurocasting, because you would be diverting functions of the drone into the neural network. Inside of the neural network, you will have to roll wits to access information, because you have to effectively know what to look up while you're in there. That would be pretty much the only role that you would have to do. Now, inside of the Neuroscape, if you fail a roll, your bliss score increases by 1. Should your bliss score equal or exceed your current hope level, that is a problem for you.
Okay.
So that is something to watch. But yes, if you want to look it up, you can actually access this information.
Yeah, let me look it up. Let me go there.
Let me do a little research.
I think when this is happening, the TV will like turn into like those old timey like dial tone, like his screen will kind of like fade to black, while he's like figuring something else out.
It's black with a tracking line that goes across the screen, and the three of you know that this is Zwei accessing the network. Zwei accessing the network,
yes,
is an addictive experience. People often stay inside of the Neuroscape within the comforts of their own home as much as possible, because ever since Center's Mode 6 update, it's been, well, blissful, and it's much nicer than the outside world. There are still darkscapes for individuals that want to explore the more like murky and sinister side of humanity, but typically they are welcoming. They target the brain's pleasure centers. And so when you enter this Neuroscape, it's like a weight lifts off of your shoulders. Wherever your actual shoulders may be, things feel light. You don't feel the neurons firing in your brain that you have to use to control this drone. Everything feels free floating. I'll ask you to make now your wits roll as you access the Neuroscape to hack through, find information. The difficulty for this is just going to be 1, because it's a city map or blueprint. If you get additional successes on top of that, you may get more information, or you can deep dive in a bit more to what you have.
I rolled 3 6s.
3 6s. Excellent.
That's right. I rolled 3 6s. What you gonna do about it?
Well, excuse the hell out of me. I didn't realize you just solved the plot of the final episode, Joe. Okay.
So,
Like I see all. Like I'm just like, oh.
To quote Link, well, excuse me, princess.
with this, you are able to access a map of the area. This is the community of Littleville. I'm going to post a map into the resources channel for everybody to access as you all see the map pop up on Zwei's display. You have a full street map. It's a 3 to 5 road neighborhood that's bisected by a singular main street, and there's an off street down below that really sort of bookends this area. Very small town. With your additional successes, I'll say that you can tap a little bit into the neural networks of the other area. You can you can find other main hotspots in the area. This town has 4 public neural network stands, which is a lot for a small town. This is a lot of neurocaster stations for a small town.
Mm-hmm.
You can pinpoint a bunch of individual ones, and then there is a hotspot of neural activity coming from the Church of the Angels. That's what you're able to glean from this as you're pinpointing basically a grid map of the town based off of
Got it.
neural activity.
So most of it is at the Church of the Angels.
It is, yes,
Okay.
which is not uncommon for big group centers nowadays.
Okay.
Again, as I mentioned before, neurocasters are the big mode of escape for a lot of people. So if you're looking for something better in life, whether it be via the church or via a community center or via recreation, neurocasters tend to be the way.
Gotcha. The church will light up on the map on Zwei's TV for a couple of seconds, like bright red before he like returns to himself with his little goofy face, and he will like blink a couple of times at the group, and then just be like, okay, well, where do you want to go?
I do believe burgers were mentioned by you and others.
I do like burgers.
Dinner time. Sound good, Rita?
Yeah, I mean, after that, we can decide where we want to spend the night, but isn't this church starting soon? Church thing that we were invited to?
I go to church so bad.
If they're all in
know.
neurocasters like that, they won't hear us anyway. Don't worry. We should wait until they're about to leave.
That's fair. At least then we won't have to stay for the entire sermon.
Cool. So, burgers, post service. Find a nice little place to hunker down for the night. Sounds good. Yeah, I guess Josiah will start marching over to the burger box, and whoever follows will follow.
Rita, like, as they start following, Rita just mutters under her breath, a delight, an absolute delight to travel with.
You're telling me.
The group of you head over to the burger box. Head back inside. It is as I described before. There's a couple people in there. It's the same people. It has not been that long. It has not been that long in the burger box. The same waitress, Daisy, it says on her name tag as you take a look at her, is still serving people, and she greets you all friendly, waves at Zwei and Noah again, and gestures over to a seat now that you've brought the aforementioned others in.
Yeah, I think I assume it's like a booth or a table or whatever the case is. I think Josiah just kind of slides in and goes to like the wall seat, and just same way he sat in the car, is kind of just hanging back. Probably just picks up a menu very nonchalant.
Zwei will look at Josiah and softly mutter like,
Wow, so cool and nonchalant.
and he will like look around and scoot into the booth and try to like mimic Josiah a little bit and like put his like hand up and like spread out a little bit, and then he has no menu, so he like looks at his hand and then just like kind
Daisy.
of throws it away.
Daisy will come over with menus that she will lay out for all of you. Says, "Hey, folks, welcome to the Burger Box. We're just rounding up things before the end of the night. But I can get your orders in still if you need anything."
Thank you very much. She's looking at Zwei, humming Josiah, and just kind of like, no, bad examples. Like,
Hey, you'll grow up to be just like me. Great. Good for you.
He says that, and immediately Zwei will like sit down there.
Yeah, if everyone sat down, like look at the menu, I think Josiah just orders like, yeah, send me a double cheeseburger, no onion. I think Rita's paying. Puts the menu down.
daggers.
Or you can have the kid do it. Noah, would you like to pay?
Why would you make a child pay?
It's all right. I get, honestly, there's dads all the time that come in. They make the same joke about their kids. It never gets old.
Not a dad, not a joke.
Oh, are you all not?
We're traveling companions.
Oh, where y'all coming from?
The silence.
Great question.
Everyone looks
I will
at
tell
me
you-
like, where do we just come from?
I will tell you the actual answer is San Francisco Memorial City.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
San Francisco Memorial City.
Oh, that's a hell of a ways away. What brings you all the way out of Littleville?
We were looking for something big.
It's amusing me that no one's letting Josiah talk. He keeps trying to talk.
No,
I
let
think-
him.
She gives Zwei a curious look. Something big.
Don't worry about. I'm not good at these.
And he like slowly like slumps down in his booth.
Clearly started a conversation, didn't want to finish it. Less of a big thing. It's just passing through. Car stopped. It's really it. More. Yeah. I guess something happens around a lot. You all seem pretty used to it, I guess.
It happens on occasion, perks of a small town. Biggest thing we got over here is the church. We got our nightly sermons. Apart from that, town the same as always.
So I would like kind of like perk up at that and like look at Daisy and just be like,
Do you go to church, ma'am?
I was planning on going as soon as I closed up here. Once I finished serving y'all and the other two over there. She points to the other two. She points to the other two, and the other two immediately like turn back away from you, having looked over at you, and go back to their meals.
That's suspicious.
You guys ain't from around here. They get curious.
Well, they better keep their eyes to themselves. Rita is staring at them the way like.
Zwei is just really confused.
Who would their eyes belong to, Rita?
she looks at Zwei and says, some people need to keep their eyes on their food, not on the things around them. And like she purposely like ups her volume to be heard by those people. and then like turns and gives the dagger stare to them. For once, it's not Josiah, so Josiah's been stabbed enough.
There's this heavenly peace all of a sudden. This is like,
Josiah suddenly is just like, I could go to church.
yeah, maybe we should go to church tonight.
And Daisy says, you have to forgive him. Most of the time, a traveler's coming through, we see the cars zipping on through. They might stop here for food or might stop down for gas, but that's about it.
Yeah, well, in the perfect world, it wouldn't. But
Question about the church. So you all just go there all the time, kind of like a cool community?
That's pretty much what it is. It's a community event, community building. Most of the folks here in town will go on down for the sermons. Father Marcos has a pretty solid run of things.
For a moment, like Zwei's computer eyes got really big, and he's just like,
There's a father?
Not
In
literal.
a manner of speaking. Did y'all want to come? Y'all church folks?
I think a father would be nice. I could meet a father.
Zwei, you're going with me to see my dad, remember? We're gonna go.
Oh, right. There can
that.
only be one dad. You're right. I'm sorry.
I mean, like, technically everybody, well, most people get a dad. I'll explain it all later. Don't worry.
Okay.
And I think Rita turns towards the waitress and says, I'm sorry. Sometimes words can get a little interesting in conversation with Zwei. And she motions towards Zwei.
But we might stop. We might stop by the church after dinner. We haven't decided yet.
We were hoping to just eat first.
Well, absolutely. I mean, hey, I'm going to be here as long as you're here, so y'all welcome to walk over with me. I can't exactly close the place while you're here.
yeah,
Well, we'll try not to keep you too long.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
We'll be out. Thanks.
Absolutely. She'll head back, and she will
I
get
will
you guys
just
food.
quickly note that only one guy ordered, and that's
Yeah, I was about to
Josiah.
say, oh, the guy ordered.
Oh no!
I mean-
No! You see, this is me fast forwarding the plot, so
Okay.
I can
Yeah.
get you guys going forward. With
Oh,
things.
Yeah.
were you guys hungry?
You have ordered. She is taking your order.
He eats
Yeah.
his
Making your
delicious
food.
burger by
Yes.
himself.
Just
No. This
No,
is just
no.
me accelerating the plot so that we can
We can move on.
get you guys to bed at a reasonable hour.
yes.
Food is ordered. Food is placed in front of you. Food is eaten. Occasionally, the
Yum.
other people, like as they leave, like will like cut curious glances at you all as you walk on through. Josiah makes his opinion known of such. The bill
So does
comes.
Rita.
The bill comes. It's about $15 for the food altogether.
All right, everyone got their cut.
Right? Which one of you is paying, or are you splitting the bill?
Rita grudgingly pays it.
All right.
And includes enough for a tip.
All right, we'll call it $20 then. So you'll
Yeah.
drop your cash amount by $20.
Yep, by $20. She just does it like automatically, and she just like looks at Josiah while she does it.
I'll get the next one. Relax.
Sure.
There will be more
Promise.
burgers?
Maybe we'll see. What happened with Zwei's burger? What was the? just,
I just
Fair
let Zwei have some of mine. It's fine.
I think like either Noah split a burger or Zwei was basically given a kid's burger with the impression that like this is the smallest burger I'm going to make, so I'm not wasting food.
yeah.
Yes.
I was about to say, I don't think he can eat. Can he eat? I don't think he can
No,
eat.
absolutely
No.
not.
No.
Yeah.
You were given the concept of a burger.
Right.
Yeah.
If you were given a burger, it is because you ordered one insistently. If not, then there was no burger given to you.
There was no burger. He does look very longingly at the burgers being eaten, but he does not ask, nor does he make any attempt to take some.
I think
Absolutely.
that what's interesting is if you're watching them eat the burger, that Rita does eat like she's still in the armed forces. She eats very fast. So, like she has about 15 minutes before she has to do the next thing.
Oh.
So,
All right. So as you all finish up, You are the last customers here. The cook has already left after delivering your order to you all. Daisy takes the bill, sees you all out, and once again asks if you all wanted to walk with her if you were going to church the night with her.
Do you think we need to go, Rita, or?
I don't think, I think it would benefit us to go. Need is a really strong word.
I'd rather just go find one of the houses, but you don't seem to be on board with that. So if it saves me just a little bit of agony tonight, we can go to church, I guess.
You know, some people find agony very enticing.
Are you guys looking for a place to stay?
Yeah, for the night.
But give it away.
Well, mostly the conversation about finding one of the houses. You're welcome. Y'all are welcome to crash at my place after the church, after sermon, if you'd like.
Oh, that's very kind. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I don't want to crash it. Can we just sleep?
You can do that too, dear. Oh, come on. And she'll gesture down the road. The church is past the gas station, past the clearly not in operation anymore, Stockton Fire Station number 15, about 2 blocks down Main Street. As you walk down with Daisy, the only thing that indicates that this low wooden building is a quote-unquote house of God is the roadside sign that says Church of the Angels. Otherwise, it is just as unassuming as most of the other buildings in this area. There's a very large parking lot outside. A very large ash tree grows in the middle of said parking lot, providing shade. You do not see cars in said parking lot at the moment, most likely because of the aforementioned power surge that you experienced, but you do see dozens of locals already inside and heading inside to the church. The church is the active place tonight. Daisy leads you all inside, and it is buzzing. This is simple interior. There's a small altar at the far end. You see a man standing up there talking to Jimmy, actually the mechanic from earlier. He's chatting with him up front. The hall is filled with chairs. Each chair has a Neurocaster resting on the back of the chair. The man talking to Jimmy at the end is a middle-aged Latino man, thick glasses, black on black suit, very poised and put together. He seems very much the leader. He doesn't have your typical denotation of religious iconography. Given where he is standing and the reverence that people seem to be giving to him, you simply understand that this is him. After a while, people start to drift towards your seats. Daisy gestures you all over towards hers, like towards where she's sitting. She sits you all next to her, and there's a young man by the name who introduced himself as Jorge Lopez. He's a bit older than Noah. Denim jacket, bigger glasses, a mound of hair atop his head. He introduced himself as Jorge. He works at Jimmy's during the day, so he'll probably help you guys out with the car should you want it. As you all sit, the father takes the stage, who Daisy tells you is Father Marcos Hernandez. He looks to you all and says, "Thank you all for coming again tonight. I see we have a few new faces in the audience, and we welcome you to the Church of the Angels. I'm not a particularly long-winded reverend. You don't have to worry about too much of the same that you may have cycled through at your usual churches, as anybody here can tell you. People laugh. He says, instead, I like to take these moments to read some psalms, hear from the folks in attendance, and then share the experience. Share the light with everybody. Let's begin. Church goes normal at first. Reads a sermon, reads some psalms, gives a brief speech about community and brotherhood. A couple of individuals will share their experiences, their positives that the church has brought for them. And then the father gestures to everybody, to the neuroscapes that are on the back of the chairs, and says, now if you all will please join me in the light. And one by one, everybody will take the Neurocaster and put it over their heads. You see their various lights light up across the front. Do you all join?
I feel like Josiah would not. I think he's just not interested. He probably like moves the helmet down, but like not so much on his head as much as kind of like dangling over his shoulder.
I think Rita also does not. She's not a big VR person to begin with, despite having her own. And I think once they start going on, she does a very respectful, like, I shall take no tea, and doesn't even touch the caster.
Okay. Noah?
I think they reach for it like they're going to do it, and then in seeing two adults beside them not do it, realizes they don't have to if they don't want to. And so they've already grabbed it, and they'll just sit it on their lap instead.
And Zwei?
Does Zwei need one?
You do not need one in order to, because these Neurocasters are seemingly programmed for the same experience. You would effectively have to like download or copy what is effectively the IP address for the experience yourself.
I think Zwei, and I think anybody who would be watching him like notices it's almost like second nature. Like he's being told to do something, so he's going to do it. So without thinking, I think he'll do it.
Okay. You all see Zwei's screen go into the same black holding pattern as Father Marcos looks on at everybody, looking at the three of you, not putting it on. See his brow furrow. He doesn't make any motion to push you to join. He just looks a little disappointed, if anything, before he puts it on. The three of you sit in silence as the rest of the congregation and Zwei narrowcast in. Zwei. The scene before you is bright, radiant.
Question. Before
Yes.
you go on, because I don't want to ask this necessarily when we're done. Could Zwei technically broadcast on his TV what is happening?
In this instance, I'm going to say no, because that's not a normal function of a drone.
Okay.
Like that's something I will give you occasionally, but it's not going to be a shortcut for things that other people are not going to participate in. As your Neurocaster events are typically of your own.
Yeah. How loud are these? Like, if when you have your music on, you take it off, you're like, oh, I can hear the music from here. Are they a device? If I don't put it on, can I still like get a word of what's happening, or is it more like I'm out?
You are out if you're out. These are tucked into the Neurocaster. The Neurocaster, when you put it on, it requires a neural link to activate, so it's just off in the meantime on yours. Zwei, the brightness that you see comes with a sensation that is not too terribly familiar to you. Warmth. It's a warmth that comes from the source of the light, which as you look up is the sun. Something that you see every day as you drive with your companions, but you don't feel this. You don't feel this warmth. You can't. You're a drone being operated from some room somewhere. But you have the sun and you feel it. Your neural pathways tell you that you feel the warmth and you see the bright of the light coming through the lofty clouds in a massive hall lined by huge white columns. As you look around, you see the others in the congregation. You see Daisy, you see Jimmy, you see Jorge, you see some others, dressed in airy robes with wings. And as you look down at yourself, you are attired the same way. More importantly, this is you, not your drone. This is you, as you are in your experience of this. You are able to glide through the air, walk on the clouds with ease, as are the others. It says it's a Renaissance painting come to life, a virtual representation of heaven. There is no sermon in here. There is no preaching in here. The shared light that Father Marcos speaks of is a heavenly neuroscape where everybody can feel what it feels like. It's mesmerizing, so much so that it takes a specific cue from Father Marcos for you to realize that you are supposed to disconnect along with everybody else. Zwei, your current bliss is going to go up to 1.
Okay.
The rest of you sit, watching everybody, motionless, but you can see some smiles underneath. And then slowly everybody takes off their Neurocasters and Zwei screen turns back on into what I would probably say a neutral expression as you try to process this. What's the next thing that comes in?
I also think that Zwei will be one of the last ones to disconnect. Yeah, I think there is a lot of I would also even argue that his screen flickers a couple of times, almost like showing that he did not necessarily want to come back this soon.
Father Marcos thanks everybody for their attendance and wishes everybody a good night. Anybody that wishes to stay back, have some conversations with the community Orth himself is welcome to. You see some people file out, some people group up. The Daisy is going to go talk with a couple of other people, leaving the four of you until you're all ready to head back and go to bed.
I think Josiah shuffles out of the row like, all right, same time tomorrow, everyone. Great stuff. I just kind of would want to, if Daisy's going to talk to somebody, I think Josiah's like outside away from all of the churchgoers.
You certainly can be, should you want to. There are some church folks that are still like outside lingering and talking, but you are welcome to step out of the church should you want to. Are the rest of you doing this?
I think that Rita will go to Zwei and say, what did you see?
It was really pretty. It looked like one of those really, really like old, I've only seen them in books, like a really old painting. And everybody seemed really happy and was really cool. Everybody was in white. And I don't know, it's hard to say. I kind of felt human for the first time in a long time, and that was kind of cool, I guess.
As you say that, she reaches out and places a hand on your shoulder, even though, like, you know, you're a droid. She says, "It must have been really nice for you. Different, I think."
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I feel kind of, I don't know. Have you ever felt like liking something makes you feel guilty for liking something, Rita? Because I feel kind of guilty for feeling human.
I think that sometimes we feel like there are certain things that we like that maybe we're not supposed to, but feeling human isn't one of them. At least not in my book.
Gotcha. So how Josiah kind of likes Noah, but doesn't want to admit it.
Yeah.
Noah, are you in earshot of this, by the way?
Yeah, I think so, because I think my number one concern is Zwei at this point.
Okay, so you are also present for this conversation. That
I make a face at that comment, but I choose to not break the moment. I'm just like,
And I will say, for Rita and for Noah, up until Zwei's personal experience of feeling more human, everything that was described is actually pretty typical of your average neuroscape. That's what neurocasters do. They give you a blissful experience, and everything that Zwei has described thus far is pretty on the level.
Okay. Well, thank you for explaining that, Rita. I don't know. Sometimes it's weird being the only one who can't eat a burger. And like, so I will shrug a little bit and then look at Noah and just be like, you want to go outside? You want to stretch your legs?
yeah, let's go outside. Let's stretch our legs while we wait for Daisy.
Okay. And he will like look back at Rita and just be like, bye.
I'm coming with you. We're all going.
We all have to leave. I will
skips away.
Yeah, I'll like follow. So I kind of like shake my head at Rita, and I'm like, I don't know, man.
It's the Obama gift from Rita, like.
Yeah. And then I follow after Zwei. And like I guess as you're like skipping away, but I know that we're like out of earshot of the adults. I'm just gonna like slip my arm kind of in your arm, and just go, hey, I need you to promise me something.
Okay, I've only promised one other person something, but I can make it 2.
I need you to come back. Like when you go in there, sometimes I know it's really hard to want to come back because everything in there is really nice and bright and fun and a lot of other things, but I need you to promise me that you're not gonna just stay. I need you to come back.
Zwei will look at Noah and then, in very juxtaposition, very cheery, will just be like, "Well, yeah, of course, you're here."
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, silly. Why would I stay? That's stupid. And you like will kind of like lean against like Noah and then open the doors.
And even though no one could see it sort of as wise, like, so like, yeah, you're here. Like, it is the most relieved and heartbroken Noah could ever look at the same time.
It's really sad. God damn it, Zwei. Just give him a hug. Give him a hug.
Is there any additional conversation as you all gather outside?
So does Rita just walk out the
Rita's
door after him, or-
following the out after him. I was gonna ask
Oh.
if she was in earshot of this conversation. Actually, she's not gonna comment on it. I just want to know if she heard it. Like, if that's the
I
case,
leave it to you.
Because I think if she's listening to it, like, there's just probably like a look of like kind of sadness in her eyes, but not. She's not going to comment on it. She's not going to interfere in that moment that they're having together.
I think Zwei, upon just seeing Josiah, will just like wave and like he will still be like very close to like Noah in proximity and maybe like, you know, their arms are interlinked, so he might like press it closer to his body, like almost protective, but he will look at Josiah and just be like, "We have something in common."
Am I shouting across the yard, or you just kind of like 5 feet in front of me? Like I was.
I
guess
think it's a shout. Like as soon as Zwei
Okay.
sees Josiah, even
Cool.
if he's like far away, he'll just be like, "We have something."
So I want to ask a question before we
Yeah,
do that. Is the intent now for all of you to regroup back up versus talking to anybody inside of the church?
Most likely, I think is the vibe.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the vibe.
Yeah, Zwei has no.
The three of you that are leaving, then could you please make me a wits roll on your way out?
Yeah.
Sure.
You got it,
Wits.
squad.
Wits is my worst stat. Don't say that. It's
Two
gonna all go bad.
I have pretty high wits.
I got one success somehow.
Okay.
Hey.
Ew.
So it sounds like everybody got at
2
least.
successes.
All right, everybody got at least one success.
Yeah.
Okay, great. You all will notice on the way out, you'll see that Father Marcos looks as you all are heading out, just sort of watching you leave as he's talking to Jimmy and talking to Jorge. He just seems to sort of follow you out, keeping an eye on the new people that came to town that, save for their strange drone, didn't seem to want to participate. As you walk outside, and Zwei immediately yells for Josiah as you all group back up.
Cool. Yeah, if Zwei yelled to Josiah, we have something in common. Is like, yeah. And what is that?
We both like something that we feel like we shouldn't.
What do you feel like I like that I shouldn't like?
Zwei will get like a little blush and just be like,
I don't know. You tell me.
I don't like a lot of things. I like quiet. And I'll tell you, I do not feel bad about liking it. I just don't get it very often these days.
Oh, you shouldn't feel bad about liking quiet. And then he just continues to talk. I think a lot of people like the quiet. I think it's like really, really important to be able to like take a moment to be calm and centered.
Daisy,
when I was
can we go home yet? I think he would like round the corner. You said the father followed them like out like towards the door.
Didn't follow them. He was like just watching.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
He was standing talking with Jimmy and some of Jimmy's other like people that look like they work the garage with him. Just talking with them, and then sort of watching the three of them leave before talking with
Question:
them some
as a player, should we? Because isn't it suspicious that he's talking to the people that are fixing our car or may not be fixing our car, just because he's a suspicious guy? Should we maybe no?
That's up to you all if you
Us.
think that it's suspicious.
Oh, I'm just saying it as a player, so I wouldn't
Yeah,
notice.
sure.
But me, Joe, is just like, I think maybe we should see what he's talking about to the people
Yeah.
that should fix our car. I didn't realize he was talking to the mechanics. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I think I agree with that. I think as Josiah would see you rambling about him liking quiet and he like rounds the court yelling for Daisy, I think he would probably take notice of the father talking to Jimmy. Would it
Well, I
immediately
also-
appear like they're scheming or anything, or are they like typical post-sermon chat with the pastor? I don't know if they give a vibe either way or the other.
That's something I'm going to give to the other three, as you did state immediately
Sure.
leaving
Yeah.
the church.
Cool.
I was gonna say Rita would clock it since
Mhm.
she is constantly like trying to be aware of what's around her.
Absolutely. Well, everybody in the church is broken up into small groups, and so this is just yet another small group. The thing that you will note is that Jimmy was talking with Father Marcos both before and after the sermon.
Mm-hmm.
The reason currently unknown, but that's the only significant thing that you can clock about this. They're not like rubbing their hands and like conspiratorially whispering. They're in their own church,
Okay.
But Jimmy has once again returned back to Father Marcos to talk with him now that the sermon's over, the same as when you arrived at the church.
Okay, noted. I think Rita will make a note to discuss it when they finally end up where they're gonna bed down for the night.
And Daisy will eventually, depart from talking with a couple of the others. And she walks back with you, just chatting all of your ears off about the town. She tells you about how Jorge works over at Jimmy's garage. His mom Ramona is manager of the liquor store, been the manager of the liquor store since the 70s at this point. Chatting about how the fire station it used to run around here, but it's been quite some time at this point since we've had any firefighters in town, much less any firemen. There was Joe's Pizza down the road, but they closed down forever ago. So Burger Box is really like the only place that's not groceries or salvage at this point. There's the one gas station in town, and she's just chatting about anyone and everyone that's in the town to you, being very informative and just happy to have you all here. As she takes you back to her place, it's got a pretty nicely manicured yard. The house is old, decently well kept, and she points out, she's got one of those couches that forms like a U shape in the room. There's a stand with a couple of Neurocasters on it, in case there's guests. She says, you guys are welcome to sleep on the couch while she heads to bed. In the morning, if you all want to, head on back to Jimmy, see if he can get your car going. Otherwise, mosey about in the town. She's going to be heading to work first thing in the morning to catch for lunch.
Thank you, Daisy. We appreciate the hospitality. We'll just probably call it a night. It's been a long day, and sleep sounds great right now.
Well, sure thing.
Thank you for the hospitality.
Absolutely. It would just be downright rude to refuse help, wouldn't it?
Indeed, it sure would. So we appreciate it. I know it's been a long day for you, so please we'll get ourselves settled in, and by all means, go get your rest. I don't want to keep up anymore.
All righty. Well, you all take care. I'll probably see you in the morning. On my way out, at least.
All right.
Yeah. Have a good night.
And
Sleep tight.
she heads on back into the end of the house. That would be her bedroom, leaving the four of you here in the living room to talk and bed down.
I think Josiah snaps a look to Rita. These people are weird.
They are.
Like,
And just as a
super
heads
weird.
up, as
Yeah.
a heads up, the mechanic was talking to Father Marcos before and after service,
Okay.
just in case anything weird happens with the car.
Okay. We'll swing by in the morning. We'll give it a once over before we take it off anywhere, and I'll see if hopefully Jimmy didn't put a bomb or something in our engine, or I don't know, prepare for another flat tire on the way out.
Seems like the kind of place that'll make us stay before they get rid of us completely.
Yeah, fortunately. Any reason you guys, well, Zwei, you kind of just did. Any reason you guys didn't put on the headsets? Still want to mess with your hair or anything? Or
I'm just not a big VR person.
fair enough, kid.
People get sucked inside that shit and then they don't come back. I don't need to do that. I'd rather live in the hell that I know than some bullshit heaven that I don't.
Kid's got a point.
Might be the most mature thing I've heard him say. So, good on you. I think Josiah kicks off his boots and like throws himself onto the couch as this conversation is taking place. All right, I guess let's get some rest. We got an early morning. We need to get out of here as soon as possible. And hey, who knows? The pastor and the mechanic might have it out for us. So let's find out.
Worth, I guess, finding out. And she's been unlacing her combat boots this whole time, and like has left them on like one side of the U shape, because I'm assuming each of us is taking like a piece of the U, right? And she like sets them down next to where she is going to end up sleeping. She doesn't like, it's not like she has bedclothes or anything. She's just sleeping like that.
Yeah.
Presumably Daisy brought us like blankets and pillows, or did she just like, okay, I was like, good luck sleeping on the couch just as is.
I had a plan in case they didn't.
There's like a few, like, you know, there's some blankets, they're not like bedding. They're just like, you know, spare blankets that you might find again.
Yeah.
It's sort of a prepper's world
Yep.
that we're in. So it's what we can scrounge.
Yep. So, and I mean, she just like curls up under the blankets and is like, all right, well, there's, you know, only one way to find out what's going on, and that'll be in the morning. No one's why. Do you need anything before we all go to sleep?
No, I'm good. And you see Noah like take off their Converses and like curl up, and instead of using like anything else, they take their like messenger bag that they've got, wrap the strap around their wrist, and then put down the base of it like a pillow, so there's no way anyone can take it.
I'm good.
Okay.
Is Vi just kind of standing? Do they? What is Vi's bedtime routine here?
Zwei doesn't really sleep, so I think he's just kind of standing in like the middle of the U, and he looks like incredibly awkward. And he's like kind of just looking down at everybody curling up, and he's just like,
that does beg the question, because you know you haven't told too much to the others, but
yeah,
your drone doesn't have to sleep, but you do have to sleep. When you do is entirely up to you. How much you let the others know about your sleep schedule is entirely up to you. Moments when you could seem to maybe be lost in thought could just be like a holding pattern on the screen as you take a nap, for all they know. So what is Zwei's sleep routine? Does he go to sleep when the others go to sleep, or?
No, I don't know. It depends on if people have pretended to sleep around Zwei to notice this or not. But Zwei usually doesn't quote unquote shut down until he is aware that everybody, or he thinks he knows that everybody else is sleeping. So as soon as like the breathing patterns of everybody evens out, that's usually when he will like either sit down or just like boot down standing, depending on what the environment is. And he is a fairly light sleeper, so I think upon the first like rattling noise or people like getting up is usually when he boots back on again. So I don't know. It depends on like how well people sleep, if they've ever noticed that before. I leave that up to you guys if you've ever like had an inkling about what he does or what's happening, but that's usually how he does it.
How well do you all sleep with your various experiences, your various backgrounds, your various whatever may have yous?
Horribly.
I think that in Rita's world, you sleep out of necessity. You sleep because you must, but you need to be ready to be up at a moment's notice. Because you never, like in her, from the past, you never knew when you were going to be attacked. You never knew when you were going to have to be on the defensive, grab your crap, get your gear, and start, attacking or defending. So Rita does sleep, but I hesitate to say that it's a light sleep, but she sleeps in a way that like she's gonna wake up if she hears something weird or odd. Basically, like if something happens to like that's an alert or an alarm, she's gonna be up. She's gonna find herself a weapon. She's gonna ready herself for a fight. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think Josiah similarly is, I would say, is the light sleeper, but is less prepared to snap awake for action as opposed to less prepared to snap awake to get the fuck out of here. Like the moment something jars him awake, the initial idea is someone's here that shouldn't be. We need to bolt. So I think he does everything he can to remain as hidden and undetected as he lays here on this couch, very open space. I think as Zwei sitting in that middle of the room, I imagine the monitor, the TV screen that's turned off, that looking at Josiah, just kind of reaches up and spins it so it's looking at Noah instead. And it's just like, yeah, okay, but yeah, just kind of lays on his back, arms behind the head, feet crossed, and just very comfortable. But yeah, if something happens, the goal is to scurry.
It sounds like as a group, and honestly, I can't blame you given the state of the world, plus all of your various backgrounds. We have a war veteran, we have a criminal, we have a runaway, and we have somebody who's operating on a circadian rhythm all of their own, wherever they may be. Sleep is a bit inconsistent and not always easily guaranteed. Which is why I won't have a roll for this bit. Sometime in the night, each of you, one by one, as you have your various reasons for staying attuned to the world, feel small little shakes of the couch. Slow but rhythmic. As you drift awake one by one, the feeling is accompanied by a very distant sound. Just a very steady dum, dum,
Nope.
dum, off
Nope.
in the distance.
I have a question here, GM. Does Rita recognize that thump from any of her war experiences? Or would she?
It's hard to say. I would say that you probably wouldn't necessarily just recognize it from war.
Okay.
You'd recognize it from in general. It's some large machine.
Okay.
It could be a drone. It could be a manufacturing type thing.
Okay.
It could be whatever it is. It's definitely a mechanical feel to it.
Okay.
And as you get your bearings, the street light that has been mostly obscured but not quite well enough by the curtain of the window flickers and slowly dims as it starts to go out. And the sound continues and dum, dum. Do any of you let the others of you know that you are awake, or do you just experience this?
I think Rita is immediately up, and she is shaking Noah like awake. She's whoever's, because I'm assuming Noah's closer to her
Yeah.
than Josiah. And then going for Zwei. Like her focus, her priority is them, and then she'll get Josiah. Sorry, Josiah.
Yeah, I think the moment Josiah would have felt you get up, his instinct would have been to peek out the window to see if there was a clear way out, or depending where this thing is looking, how big it is, whatever noise is happening, find out what it is before doing anything.
Make me a wits roll if you're looking out the window.
Yeah. This my 4?
And is anybody else looking out the window?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So as soon as Noah's up to the window.
So you do not, I will say, there's a role for helping here. You do not all have to roll individually. Those of you that wish to assist, explaining how it would work in this, would add, each person that assists would add another die to Josiah's pool in this roll. I will say it doesn't take all 3 of you to help look.
Would you like to give me an extra die?
Noah did say that he was also popping up to
Yeah.
look, so I would think that would give you at least one more.
I'll go look. I'm gonna like you like are taking up the whole window. I'm like, could you fucking move? And I like rip the
relax.
curtain back up and shoulder you. What is it?
I think, would it be possible to help but not look at the window, like keeping Zwei quiet? Because Zwei is usually pretty loud, right?
This is a wits roll,
Okay.
so I would say that wouldn't necessarily assist in this role of
Okay.
seeing what's going on. You're not trying to hide. You're trying.
Okay,
Josiah's trying to see what's happening.
understood.
Yeah. So it's 1 success.
All right.
I think as Noah's kind of shoulder checking him, there's kind of the hand on his head pushing Noah down, but also like not keeping him out of the window, just keeping them out of his rib cage. Like move.
So, while this is not necessary for the dice pool that you have, I will bring up a final mechanic of this, which is pushing a dice roll. If you fail a roll, or if you just want more 6s, you can push the roll. You do this by taking all of the dice that are not a 1 or a 6, and you roll them again. All of the dice will count after the re-roll, including the 6 that you have. But if you have any 1s at that point, it will reduce your hope score by 1.
You're gonna risk it for the biscuit?
I mean, it's for the content, right? Like, you know what I mean?
Again, this is not necessary for this roll, should you not wish to, but as there have not been a whole lot of rolls here, now is pretty much the time where I mentioned this mechanic.
Yeah, it's just little fun times. Let's do it.
Okay.
Biscuit.
So you re-roll all of the dice that are not your 6.
That is 3 additional 6s and a 2.
All right, so
that's
no
4
ones.
6s. Nope.
No ones whatsoever. Great.
Amen.
I saw God.
So you're looking, and I'll factor in Noah's helping here. As Noah pulls the curtain back so they can see, it opens up the rest of the window. Not the stealth that you were looking for, but you see down the street as the lights stutter and sputter off one by one. And as the street goes dark, you can see something far away, all the way down the road. But what you're seeing doesn't seem that it would be big enough to be making the kind of noise that you're picking up on. It's very dark though, but what you see are about a dozen or so pinpoints of light, all low-ish to the ground, moving through the street at this steady pace. The same thum, thum happening. Moving down the street, blocks away from you. This gathering of lights fades off into the night. And that's where we're going to stop for this night. We will
Cool.
pick up next week.
Thanks.
Jesus, what the damn?
As our travelers get some rest. Maybe they get their
Will
car fixed. Maybe they visit the town. Only they can tell us. As for what else they can tell us things about themselves and what they're getting up to in the coming weeks, coming months, coming days, however they may see fit. I'll go ahead and start since I'm still talking.
Yeah.
My name is Zachary Vaudo. You can find me all over the internet at SneakerNet or SneakerNet Music. I don't have a ton going on. I'm going to be on this channel yet again for a game that'll be happening. Are we talking about it, Mal?
Yeah.
Or are we not? So it's a vampire game that'll be running on this channel called Dallas by Night. I'm very excited for it. It's my first vampire game in about a year-ish, maybe a little under a year. It's also the first one that I'll be in since I finished playing every clan in existence, and now I can play whatever clan I want to because that was my own self-imposed goal. Next week also on Vancouver by Night, the first half of the Alien miniseries that we ran, coincidentally also by Free League, Alien Chromatin will be airing. First 2 parts on the 7th, the next 2 parts on the 14th, and then on Alien Day itself, which is 4/26, the full series will be up online, as will the soundtrack that I composed for the entire series. You can find that on streaming services along with the rest of my music under the moniker of SneakerNet. Kicking things forward, I'm going to kick over to Danny.
Me? Hey, everybody. I'm Danny. I'm in Josiah this evening. Typically, you can find me all over the internet talking about indie games, news, reviews, whatever I choose. That's at CGDannyB, Instagram, Blue Sky, TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, whichever one I didn't say. I never do them in order. This Thursday, we'll be dropping a new episode of Playlog Podcast where we are doing our big annual PAX East video. It is myself, Chris RV2, Dwarven Lion, and Nerdstorm92 talking about each of our 5 favorite demos from PAX. Huge event. You know we love our indies, and we had so much to talk about, and we all got to play Dawn Thief, and it's such a great game, and I have so many games to play from these devs, but that was sick. Aside from that, catch you doing indie game previews all across TikTok and Instagram. As far as the TTRPG space goes, on Thursday night, starting tomorrow, as of the stream, we are starting our Daggerheart campaign over on Crit Hit Chronicles. This Thursday night will be our Session 0 world building. Cujo wants to make sure this is built by the entire team, not just him. So it'll be Cujo, myself, LB Hackemup, your boy Big, and Air My Laundry, coming in, making our characters, talking about the world, setting the whole thing up, and then a week off, and then we'll be starting our official Session 1 2 weeks from tomorrow. So that'll be very exciting. I'm loving Daggerheart so far. I've already played a game with Zach over on Folk and Myth. I've done the Kingdom Hearts, which is also Daggerheart over on Crit Hit Chronicles, so another Daggerheart game sounds immaculate. Other than that, everything else is secret hush hush, and I'll tell you about it when I can, so enjoy those dice rolls when they happen. So with that, I give it to Vixie last time, so Joe.
Hi, everybody. My name is Joe. Thank you so much for staying for so long and listening to us play these characters in this amazing world. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't talk about my project that's coming up, so that's it. That's all you get from me. Please support everybody else here. They're obviously incredible, and what they do is absolutely amazing. And I'm so honored to be sitting at a table with them once again, and for the first time. So yay! Yeah, once things are happening on my end, I will share. Otherwise, please, go follow them and hype them up. And thank you for having me as part of the community. Vixie, if you want to go.
Hey, it's me.
I was like, oh, it is me. Hey, everybody, my name is Vixie Belle, and I've been your friendly neighborhood player here at Rediscovery. Thank you so much for having me in this game of Electric State, where I've been playing Rita Iglesias. I'm super happy to be at this table with all these wonderful players. And you can find me everywhere on the internet at Vixie Belle or at Pocket Dragon Pub. I run, play, and produce games over at the Pocket Dragon Pub, which is my actual play channel. And I just came back from PAX East, and if I sound stuffy, it's because I'm recovering from con crud. And this is the first day that I will probably actually remember what happened. Yeah. Anyway, so upcoming projects for me. Currently, we are wrapping up season 1 of our Good Society game, The Secret Ways of Love and Magic. Recording specifically, we've released the first 4 episodes on Twitch. Episode 4 will release on YouTube this week because I've been out of town and haven't been able to upload it. Most Fridays at 8 p.m. is when we air that game. The other game we have going on right now is The Fabric of the Universe, which is our Orbital Blues campaign that takes place in space. So feel free to check both of those out, as well as we just wrapped our FemGM month at the Pocket Dragon Pub, where we spotlighted FemGMs from all over the internet. The wonderful Mallorie was one of them. They wrapped up our wonderful FemGM month with Kids on Brooms. So feel free to check that out. That is still up on Twitch and will eventually go up on YouTube. Again, I have a lot of uploading to do to YouTube. There's going to be a bunch of crap happening over there, so stay tuned for that. And this month is my milestone birthday because it happens to be my birthday month. So over at the pub, we'll be doing Vixie's birthday bash, where we're running a bunch of games for charity for my birthday. We're going to see how much we can round up with a bunch of guest GMs, a bunch of wonderful games, and just all around good time. So yeah, check me out all over the internet. And you can find me in a bunch of other places too, like here, Happy Jacks, Logan Mancy Media. Just look for me on the internet. And I'm going to popcorn it over to you, Mel. I'm going to shut up now. Thanks.
No, you're wonderful. Never shut up. Hi, I'm Mallorie Mize. You can find me anywhere the internet has to offer you at Moxie Blue, MoXXIEBLUE. I'm sorry I had to be difficult. Other than this show, every Wednesday night, I will also be on Dallas by Night every Friday. The Prelude episodes, which is just 4 individual episodes, all like master cut into one, where you meet all of the characters, will be up this Friday on YouTube in a YouTube premiere. And then starting next week on the 10th, we'll have live shows with all 4 of us. And that's me, Zach, Cress, and RJ. And it's run by Madison, which is very fun. It's another guest GM spot. It's another time I get to be a player. It's a wild time out here, everybody, that I get to do this so much now, twice in a week. Wild. Otherwise, I'm around. I'm writing a lot of things right now. Some things I'm under NDA and cannot speak on until they're officially out. So don't worry about it. I'll talk about it when I'm allowed. And otherwise, I'm just out here trying to make cool things. There's a lot of changes happening lately, and it's a lot at once, but that's okay because we're gonna get through it, and we're gonna make cool stuff with my friends. That's all I ever wanted anyway. And so yeah, check us out next week. And other than that, we'll see you on YouTube on Friday, and then back here on Wednesday. In the meantime, remember, please, in this dumpster fire of a world that we live in, love yourself, take care of each other, and go have a magical adventure. See y'all next time. Bye-bye.